And beautiful soul, how are you? This is Jazz. Welcome to the Amazing Life Collective and the Crystal Wisdom Healing website. I'm here today to share with you some exciting news. I find it quite exciting because it really taps into my passion and what I really want to share with you, but it's cosmos and astrology and how that's going to help you create a better life that has more ease and flow. So, to start, let's go back a little bit in time and remember March of 2020. What happened in March 2020? Well, if you remember well, one of your first answers might be, well, we shut down, the whole world shut down. So, yes, but here is the interesting coincidence. As the world shut down in March of 2020, Saturn moved into Aquarius, and we also had the lunar nodes shifting at the same time as well. And the Saturn, I call Saturn the taciturn because Saturn is like the party pooper. Saturn is the planet that has that big influence of, it's like the party mom. This is a person, Saturn represents that part of our psyche that is very super serious. And so are you thinking about all the consequences of your actions? Is this really for the highest good? And Saturn asks like those deeper questions about, are you really learning something about this? It's not about all fun and play, but are you growing as a person? And with Saturn being Aquarius for those 2 years, Aquarius is a sign of innovation. It's a sign of change. It's a sign of humanity and connection. And if you look back now to March 2020, how has the world changed in the way that we connect to each other, in our core values, perhaps? How have you changed relating to other people, right? Are you zoomed out? I kind of am. March 2020, with that Aquarius, that big focus on Aquarius, it's like we didn't have a choice. We needed to be online more. We needed to connect with other humans in a way that we couldn't because of all the government regulations. So there's been a lot of different advances in technology, but then also a big awakening, right? Of, do I really want to connect with others online? Like, it's fun. I love my connections with people all over the world. But at the same time, even for this introvert, like, I need real people time too, right? And is technology really making my life easier, or is it complicating things? You know, is it really good for me to have my phone available and have myself and my energy available 24/7 to people all around the world and to people in my community? Or is it really driving me nuts? Right? Those are the types of questions that I'm sure everyone has been asking themselves for the past 2 years, especially all the parents who've had kids having to go through school online, all the teachers having to teach online. Like, we've all had to refocus, like, how we show up in our humanity, in our communities for the past 2 years. Now, the good news is Saturn is moving out of Aquarius right now, but it's going into Pisces. And usually where Saturn is, it's like there's a stop. There's that weight, right? So that's why there was this big weight right now on the world shutting down, because Saturn was in Aquarius. So now that, hopefully you've learned from that. So take some time right now to journal. What have you learned over the past 2 years about how you want to show up, what is important for you, and what you're willing to do differently? Because we will never go back to how the world was before, but you also need to have some clear boundaries about how you want to show up moving forward. Have boundaries around how you want to interact with technology, with innovation, and what you want to implement in your business as well around technology. So those are all things for you to really ponder. Say, what is really important for me here, and what do I want to bring forward? Because now the new cycle is starting with Saturn moving into Pisces. What you're going to see now is that big weight is going to be on Pisces. Is about spirituality, meditation. So will we see big shifts perhaps in the big churches? Probably. probably some tumbling down, the same thing that we saw with the governments and with the social structures in Aquarius. We're going to see that perhaps a little bit more with the churches, with those, the big dogmas that have been ruling spirituality for quite a while. Maybe it's going to be time for us to rethink how we relate with our spirituality, and knowing that maybe it doesn't need to be as dogmatic, perhaps. That is my wish anyway, coming from, where the work that I do. But this is the next 2 years. As a work of the next 2 years is for you to really ponder who I am as a spiritual person. So now that hopefully you've got some lessons learned from who you are as a human relating to others. Now it's who you are as a human relating to your spiritual self. That is going to be the work of the next 2 years. Who are you as a human relating to with your spiritual self? And then finding those answers, because that's going to be at the forefront of discussions, and because this is part of the big structures, it's influencing the whole world. So there's going to be some big things happening in that arena over the next 2 years. The other thing that has really shifted recently are the lunar nodes. They shifted closer to January, February. And the lunar nodes now are in that they're in opposing signs between Taurus and Scorpio, which is, as the spiritual person, what is your relationship with, so this is Taurus, what is your relationship with money, wellness, well-being, ease, and flow compared to your spiritual aspirations? And for a lot of spiritual people, oh my goodness, there's a lot of baggage around money. Like, money is evil, abundance is evil, we shouldn't do that. And it's all that dogma coming from a lot of the churches also, that we should not be abundant, we should remain poor, we should remain illiterate, we should remain small. And is that really what Creator wanted for us? So that's really part of everything that we're going to have to re-examine for the next 2 years. So this is a very important conjecture right now in our spiritual and intuitive growth. It's time for you to ask yourselves those big questions, and it's time for you to commit to examining yourself, your needs, your beliefs, so that you can really grow as the amazing spiritual person that you are, just overflowing with that joy of living, that abundance, that creativity that is your birthright as being a spiritual person, a spiritual soul in a human experience at this time. I am here to help you, because this is the work that I do. I help you look through that jumble of thoughts and beliefs and emotions, and I help you make sense of it, not by telling you what to do. That's not my way of doing things. So if you're looking for someone to tell you what to do and how to do it, and just jump and you ask how high, that's not me. What I'm known for with my clients is asking the really deep, difficult questions. And not a lot of people are like that. Not people are ready for that level of self-inquiry. But from what I'm seeing and sensing, this is a time for that type of really deep self-inquiry. So if you're ready to jump, even if it scares you, especially if it scares you, this is a time for you to start that journey of really knowing yourself deeply, knowing who you are, so that all of the choices that you make in all arenas of your life, whether it's your relationship or your business or your career or your money, and not just ors, but and. So in all of those arenas, you cover them all, and you bring that sense of spirituality. And because I'm a spiritual person, I choose to. Because I believe in the abundance and joy of life, I choose to. And it's really shifting the way that you relate with life, so that you're happier and more abundant, more expanded, finally happy, reconnecting to the truth of who you are. That's a work of the next 2 years. It's not going to happen overnight, because I mean, if you've been living with negative thoughts and negative beliefs all of your life, and a lot of these are generational things, some of these might be like 2,000-year-old concepts and precepts, it won't go away overnight. So maybe part of it will shift in a big aha moment, but then you need to come back to your human life and take small steps of changes. And it's in those small steps of changes, those incremental steps of changes that, when rubber hits a road, that things can get a little bit more difficult, because you can have the concept in your mind, but then you have to do something about it. And that's where I come in as a coach. I help you step by step do something about it, about what you want, because my coaching and all my programs are centered on you. What do you want? What is your goal? How does your soul feel expanded? It's not about me. I'm not training you to be mini me's. There's one of me. That's probably enough, right? But I want you to be you, fully, completely, without apology. And I can help you make those shifts. So if you're ready, I have a wonderful coaching program. So ask me about that. And I also have, if you're not ready to take the deep dive yet, I have so many ways that you can work with me. Currently, I have 3 journals on Amazon. So if you look for the Lunation workbooks, well, you'll probably see 2 right now, because the 3rd one is being published, might take a day or 2. So right now there's Aquarius lunation, there's a Pisces lunation, and there's the Aries lunation workbooks, all there on Amazon. So that's work that you can do on your own for the DIYers. If you want to come to moon circles, there's also that. And I have wonderful programs coming, starting with the new moon in Aries, where together in a group, we will have some deep discussions, deep questions. The work that I do is deep. I cannot get away from that. So if you're ready for either a group program or one-on-one coaching, whether it's in person or via Zoom, let's take advantage of the technology that we have. I can help you take a look into yourself, your dreams, your patterns, how you get in your own way, so that you can really change your life in a way that is lasting and fulfilling. No overnight miracles of change, and no weekend warriors that you have like that big, amazing experience, and then you get home and say, what the heck do I do with this now? It's slow, it's step by step, holding your hand, having those deep discussions and making the changes a little bit at a time. That's what I'm offering for you. It's going to support you so much with all of these energetic changes coming up over the next 2 years. If you're ready, let me know. I do have some space in my calendar to welcome new clients. So until next time, I'm giving you big, big hugs from my heart to yours. Bye for now.